All right, welcome. We are doing the Div C West games tonight between Team Rainbow Strike Go and Essence Gaming, and I'm super excited to get into this. Just a second, I'm gonna pop my Twitch link in the in game for them. I have a couple asking, but before we get into these games, let's go over the map selections, who won the coin toss, where we're going, and what to expect here. So, here we go. Game number 1. We are going to Volskaya Foundry. Now, how'd we get here? Well, here's what happened. Essence Gaming won that coin toss, and they decided to go with the map pick option. So they're the one that picked this map here. They also decided to ban out Battlefield of Eternity and Tomb of the Spider Queen. On the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go, they've decided to ban out Infernal Shrines and Towers of Doom. And since Essence Gaming has decided to go with that map pick, they're going to be taking first pick in our draft this time. Other than that, I think we're pretty well ready to get into game number 1 here. Everyone's in the lobby, so I'll let them know I'm ready. And we can jump right into the action. We are just waiting for the readies from the teams in chat, and we'll get into this game number 1. I'm super excited to watch this match tonight. I don't know how many of you guys were kind of checking out the NGS show that was showing which matches to keep an eye on this week, but this was the Div C West match to keep an eye on this week. So I can't wait to see which team comes out on top. We are going to Volskaya for that first game here. So I'm wondering what kind of heroes we might see these teams pick up. I haven't had the opportunity to cast or really get an idea of what either of these teams play. Personally, some things that I like to pick up here is like a Sylvanas, because she can buff the turrets. Anything that's good at kind of like controlling a point and keeping your teammates on there works out really well here. We do have the readies now from both teams, I believe, so we should be getting into this game here and they can show us what they want to draft. I see a couple follows coming up in the chat there. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. As the notification says there, I have sound notifications and stuff turned off for streaming for cast. But here we go. Game number 1.
Volskaya Industries.
All right, as I said, this map was picked by Essence Gaming. That means that first pick, first bans are going over on the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go. Let's see what they're going to ban out here. Something meta, or are they looking to target ban potentially? I was given the opportunity to join the captains in the coin toss earlier, and it seems like there might have been some scouting going on the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go. They knew what maps they didn't want to give over to the side of Essence Gaming, so maybe they also know what heroes they'd like to get rid of. So I did ban that Orphea. Orphea, I think, is still just a pretty strong mage right now. So nothing too unusual with that ban, although they could have a sick Orphea player on the side of Essence Gaming that I'm not aware of. Kael'thas coming out as a ban on the side of Essence Gaming. I'm not sure, again, if that's more a target ban or if this is something that is typically banned in this division. I know Kael'thas tends to get a lot of value in in lower divisions just because of the bomb spreading. ETC being banned out here by Team Rainbow Strike Go. I think that's just a pretty standard ban. Again, I'm not too familiar, actually at all familiar with these players' hero pools. ETC, though, is just a tank ban that is pretty meta right now. I think ever since they did the change to his level 13 talent that can reduce his heroic cooldown, even with the nerf, it just makes it a little bit harder to keep track of when moshes or stage dives are up. Joanna being picked up first on the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go. I think I might just start calling them TRSG. I don't know if that's shorter. I think that's a solid first pick up there. Especially since they're starting to ban out tanks already. You kind of want to get your tank picked up if you're going to start banning them yourself so you don't get choked. Orphea is a target ban, by the way. Oh, good to know.
So it begins.
So we have the Tassadar and Anduin being picked up by Essence Gaming, and then the Deckard and Raynor being grabbed on the side of TRSG. I'm wondering what tank they're going to look to pair with this Tassadar and Anduin combo. Now, I would imagine that they'd be banning a tank here unless they're going to be target banning a specific player. If I were drafting, I would be looking to ban a tank, as we've already picked one up. There's one banned. Take another one out, and that's exactly what they're going to do here. They're taking away that Mei.
The hunt is on.
All right, we got the Lunara pickup over on the side of Essence Gaming. Still needing that tank, so they're going to grab that Anubarak now. Anubarak, I think, is a bit scary going into TRSG right now. Their damage, the only damage they've locked in is AA damage, and Anubarak can kind of struggle into that a bit. More excels facing spell damage for the most part. Not the strongest tank by far. So maybe they need to pick up a little bit, something a little bit more beefier in their off lane to kind of have a better front line. Otherwise, they're looking a little squishy. We have Yrel getting picked up on the side of TRSG, followed by the Li Ming. So this just looks like a pretty well-rounded draft to me. You got your AA, your spell damage, a nice offlaner to help kind of with peeling and stuff as well, because that's intricate. I think this could work nicely for them. They land some nice stay a whiles and listens, followed up by some blesseds and resets from Ming. It could definitely work. Ming is also kind of nice here because the majority of the fighting is going to be going on these control points where there's no minions to kind of block her orbs or missiles. And that Deathwing is a last pickup on the side of Essence Gaming. I said they needed a little bit more frontline, and they brought it, that's for sure. The Malthael is another target ban. I mean, Malthael being banned out here is kind of great for the Deathwing. I think they're going to struggle a little bit to be able to get kills on him. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out for sure. But here we are, game number 1 on the left-hand side. We have Team Rainbow Strike Go with Robert on the Raynor, Styx playing the Li Ming, Kingle on the Yrel, Panda on the Deckard, and of course Silver on the Joanna. And on the right-hand side, we got Essence Gaming. Keeks playing the Tassadar, Ailish on the Nubarak, Duke playing the Deathwing, Jorjor on the Lunara, and Adrian on the Anduin. All right. Let's get into this. I imagine for lane setup, we're going to see the URL Deathwing go bottom potentially. But there's a chance that they might do something a little cheeky, like stick the Lunara in the bottom lane, put some easy range damage against the URL, and keep the Deathwing in the 4-man instead. So right now, just a little mid poking going on, and now rotating to get the soak. We do have the Deathwing in the top, and that's exactly what Essence Gaming is deciding to do. They're sticking that Lunara down in the bottom lane to face off against the URL. Camps are up in 10 seconds if they want to decide to try and grab those turrets right away. Typically, what I like to see is turret grab, and if the other team hasn't grabbed their turret fast enough, you can kind of force a biotic emitter play. But the nice thing about casting lower division games is they play this game totally different and might surprise us here on how they go about this. All right, we do have Essence Gaming on that turret right away, but so is TRSG. A little bit behind on grabbing it as they didn't have as many people showing up to help out with it. And Raynor's opted to go ace in the hole at level 1, so he doesn't have that exterminator to help kill the camp too quickly here. Does look like a new brat just trying to keep vision of what's going on over here, maybe catch someone in rotation. Doesn't quite work out because Urel caught him there. So that biotic emitter is still up and available if teams would like to try and force something over that or a fight, but I don't see anyone doing that unless they get some really good wave pressure in the mid or top lanes. Li Ming doing a good job just kind of sitting on the flank here, poking down these towers and getting out some damage onto the mid wall.
We've redesigned our trigger protectors for combat in the Nexus. Prepare to begin field testing.
All right. Team Rainbow Strike Go is deciding to go for that biotic emitter, so they're going to have that extra little advantage at this first objective here. They are slightly ahead on XP, but nothing that Essence Gaming can't catch up on. They're also deciding to get out that siege camp as well. Essence Gaming already grabbed theirs, and that's pushing top. Joanna's posturing to clear that up right now. So I kind of like how Rainbow Strike Go is sitting right now. They're going to have the camp cleared out top and then be able to contest mid. They're still up those 2 items. Remember, they have the turret and the biotic emitter on their side to play with here as well. They're also going to hit those level 7s. So it's just kind of sitting in favor of Team Rainbow Strike Go at the moment. But nothing's a guarantee here. We did have that turret dropped on the side of Essence Gaming, already deleted. Down goes the biotic emitter. Anubrak in the back line gets knocked back by the Urel, and he's going to get picked off by the Raynor. Essence Gaming having to back off of this point here. Rainbow Strike Go picking up and starting the channel. Essence Gaming definitely not out of this yet. Still have a turret on the side of Rainbow Strike Go, but they could definitely look to kind of come back in and contest here. They already did manage to get it to 70%, so they have the opportunity to try and retake and go for the Triglav Protector themselves. So that turret camp coming up right now, so they can also look to grab this before they go for the re-engage, and that's what's going to happen. Urel kind of scouting it out to see what happens, but they have eyes on her. It looks like Lunara's Wisp picking up vision of her, so they know what's kind of going on here. Going to walk away from that turret camp and back onto it now that they've chased away Rainbow Strike Go. Is getting kind of close here, 80% channeled on the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go, but they got that turret and they can now look for the re-engage. Equal talent tiers here and equal items. Out comes a Cataclysm from the Deathwing, and the turret is dropped. Joanna getting chunked quite low, pushing into the back line. Lunara kind of on the flank, poking down the back line. Anubrak goes in, but it's not going to work out for him. He ends up getting picked off, but not for free. Down goes Joanna as well. Urel is now in the back line of Essence Gaming, trying to finish off the Lunara or the Tassadar, but she's getting hurt for it. Ming's in here, though. She's popping off. She's getting the reset. She manages to get the pick onto the Deathwing and the Lunara. Down goes the Tassadar as well. Not for free. She falls, but I would say worth.
Blue team has taken control of a protector.
So typically, you like to see these protectors go straight top and try to get that healing fountain down right away. That way, for next objective, the enemy doesn't have a fountain to fall back and tap to re-engage on objective. It looks like they're going to decide to just siege down the middle fort. Anubrak looking to try and catch that Rainer behind the protector. Not quite closing the distance there. He's going to be able to walk away, and now the Triglav protector is going top. Like I said, grabbing that healing fountain definitely gives you a good advantage for the next objective if they can manage to get that down. And that looks like that's exactly what they're going to do here. They are stepping up to get some damage onto that healing fountain. They have their team here to back them up. They are going to pop out of this, though. Yrel has a stun land onto her, followed by the root from Anduin. She is going to pop her ult here, absorbing damage. So not going to fall yet, but now that's down, and Lunara is catching her on the rotation here, looking to pick her off. Leaping Strike goes out, and she gets the kill onto the Yrel. And we're going to see Rainer fall here as well, so a 2-for-0 in favor of Essence Gaming. And although they lost that first objective, they are now equal on XP and can maybe look to even siege in and take the fountain top if they wanted to. Instead, it looks like they're going to go for the camp invade. Interesting. What a fun call. This is why casting every division kind of gives you a different perspective on how these games are played. It's really neat. Unfortunately, the camp invade's not quite working out in their favor. Rainbow Strike Go does manage to grab that back, and then we had a ton of CC going out onto the side of Essence Gaming, and they're going to be able to pick off a few members here. We see a Nubrak, Tassadar, and the Anduin falling, and it doesn't quite work out for them. Biotic Emitter up now. Rainbow Strike Go picking that up. Lunara also looking to grab the siege camp in the top lane here. Turrets are up as well. Rainbow Strike Go making an aggressive rotation over to the side of Essence Gaming's turret. And it looks like they're going to get this for free because the rest of Essence Gaming kind of heading top right now. TRSG still has their turret to pick up as well, and it does look like that's exactly what Rainer and Deckard are going to do now. And they're also going to have to look to clear out their mid and top lanes. They're getting a little bit pushed in here. Anubrak coming over to scout this out. They're looking for the rotation. Unfortunately, the camp is done, but that doesn't mean they can't get picks. He goes in, lands the stun. Oh, Deckard getting extremely low, and he just can't move, has nowhere to go. The Tassadar wall blocking him in, and he's going to fall here. Rainer now getting chased down. Well, Yrel was in the cocoon. She's going to be able to jump over the wall and escape here, but they do manage to get the pick onto the Deckard, and they also stole the Biotic Emitter and got a turret out of the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go. So all in all, definitely worth for them. Control point is unlocking here in just a second. Essence Gaming ready to set up here.
Take control of it.
Team Rainbow Strike Go still has one turret on their side, as they did invade and steal a turret from Essence Gaming here. So they're not coming down completely at a disadvantage in items at all. The Biotic Emitter on the side of Essence Gaming, turret on the side of Rainbow Strike Go. Does look like Essence Gaming is going to step back, let Rainbow Strike Go stand on that point for a little bit while they're waiting for Lunara to get here, and then maybe look to re-engage. There's a lot of big potions set up around here for TRSG to drink up if they get into a dangerous spot. So fighting there is going to be a little tricky for the side of Essence Gaming with all those giant potions to keep everyone alive on TRSG. Here comes Joanna, though, pushing into Essence Gaming. Urel also kind of looking to get on the back line. We have Deathwing land here. Light Bomb goes out onto the Anubarak, connects onto 2 members of TRSG. He does drop the Biotic Emitter, but that Urel still just hanging in the back line, causing a little bit of a headache for the Tassadar and Lunara. She has Popper ult here, and she's going to start absorbing that damage. Doesn't have to worry about getting picked off here, but the Li Ming getting low. Leaping strikes from Lunara helping to secure the kill here, but Deathwing taking the kill. A little bit of target focus issues here, because you can see some people wanting to focus this Urel, the others on the Joanna. But now Urel clearly out of position. That looks like that's going to be the next target here. She already popped that ult, so she doesn't have that to save her. And the Triglav Protector does go over to the side of Essence Gaming. Level 16s just picked up on the side of Rainbow Strike Go. So maybe with that to help them out, they might be able to do a decent defense here. We also have Lunara rotating to mid to kind of clear out that wave, so she's not here to help siege. But that's okay, because Urel is also gone and clearing waves. They're going to manage to get that fort. And I imagine they'll probably stop and try to get the mid fort as well. That way their periodic katas spawning in mid from TRSG is kind of countered with their own periodic katas. Deathwing quite low. Stay a while coming out. Now the combos from Li Ming. Tassadar getting pulled out with the leap of faith. He's going to be able to walk away here. Lunara just fearless, diving in, trying to get the pick onto the Li Ming. Unfortunately, she doesn't fall there. The Deckard is able to heal her up before the ticking damage can take her life. And instead, that's just going to be a 1-4-0 in favor of Team Rainbow Strike Go. Camps are all up now, and as you can see, TRSG doing the invade onto the turret camp here. Once again, stealing Essence Gaming's turret. On the top side, Essence Gaming getting out their siege camp. I think something that Essence Gaming could have done here a little bit differently is held off grabbing that camp, just because it would have been an excellent camp to have pushing during the next objective. It's all the way in the top lane. They've already cleared out the top fort. Their fort is still standing up there. If that added pressure was there during the next objective, they'd be able to get a lot more value out of the camp than just taking it now to be cleared. But maybe it's going to get value now because nobody is clearing it, and instead they're going to contest over this turret camp. Anubarak goes in for the stun. Now kind of just turning around here. Cocoon onto the Joanna, and she's immediately broken out of that. Anubarak getting quite low. Blessed Shield comes out, connects onto 3 members of Essence Gaming, and they're now being chased down by the Joanna, but it's not quite working out for Jo. The rest of her team not able to back her up there, and she's going to have to turn around and get out of there. As I said, that camp pushing top right now, so maybe a little bit of value. But I think it would have been much better if they were able to hold off taking it to push during objective. They are sieging bottom, though. They did manage to just take down that healing fountain in the bottom lane on the side of TRSG, so Essence Gaming up a healing fountain for next objective. Still down 2 turrets, though, as you see the Urel and Li Ming having those, and the Anubarak does fall in this fight. The chase is on now. Li Ming really wants these resets, but you have a big dragon just kind of eating everything. Meanwhile, Lunara doing what she can to grab Soak. Doing the rotation. She needs to be careful here, though. She's extending really far forward in the lane. It's going to be pretty easy for TRSG to get a rotation onto her here if she's not careful, and I think she realizes that and is backing up to safety. So right now, TRSG a little bit ahead on XP, but Essence Gaming kind of opening up that bottom lane now for this next objective. They did manage to get that healing fountain.
Access terminal online. Secure it to activate the protector.
And quite a lot of damage onto the fort if they do manage to win the Triglav. Their turret being popped now. Lunara clearing up the camp on the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go. And this is what I was kind of talking about earlier. If you wait to grab this camp until objective, somebody has to deal with it. And that's exactly what they've done. Now, they're they have Joanna on the point. The three of them rotated to look to get the pick onto Lunara. Well, the rest of Essence Gaming was grabbing a turret. So they're already at 42% channeled here, 46. And now Essence Gaming here for the fight. They need to take this fight quick because 20s are coming online in a moment here for TRSG. Leap of Faith going out onto the Tassadar. We have the Stay a While and Listen connecting onto a couple members of Essence Gaming there, but nothing really to follow up with that. Li Ming doing what she can to just kind of throw out some poke damage from the side without getting into too much trouble. But here comes a Nubarak just burrowing right into the Li Ming, stunning her. But again, rest of the team not quite able to follow up, and instead it's going to be Urel just kind of sitting in the back line again, chunking down the Deathwing and the Anduin. A Nubarak just gets deleted there, picked off by the Urel with the help of her teammates. Rest of Essence Gaming backing up now. They need those level 20s. So I imagine they're going to look to go soak some lanes, pick up some camps, and maybe get ready for the defense here. Probably not enough time for them to try and re-engage and stop this objective from going over to the side of TRSG with the long death timer on the Anubarak. But they can get themselves into a position for good defense here. So you see the Biotic Emitter being picked up by Essence Gaming as well as that Siege Camp. And they already have a nice big wave pushing in top. So although they're going to have to play the defense here, they have something going on top and a keep being threatened. A keep of TRSG is being threatened with this camp and solid wave pushing in the top. A Nubarak about to respawn in here to come help with the defense. Deathwing falling from the sky. Keeps sitting at about half health here, and they're doing a good job of just kind of chunking that down. They don't have a second member in the Triglav though, so a little bit less damage coming out on the Triglav here. It means that it looks like they're not even going to be able to finish off this keep. Here comes a Cataclysm from the Deathwing. Not really connecting onto anything there, but closing a bit of distance between him and the enemy team. Li Ming on the flank, just throwing out some orbs and poke damage once again. Urel diving into the back line. Lunara using her leaping strikes to get herself back into a good position here, and I think that's just going to be both teams deciding to back off. Team Rainbow Strike, go! Look at what I said earlier. That Siege Camp pushing top, they just kind of ignored it, and so because Essence Gaming decided to try and grab value elsewhere on the map when they lost that objective, they're still going to end up getting something out of losing an objective here. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to clear this fast enough, but I think that they should be able to since that minion wave is eating the camp damage right now. But like I said, that keeps pretty low. I mean, this team won the objective. This team lost the objective, but they both came out pretty even in terms of structures. Essence Gaming going for the invade on the turret camp now. They still have a turret and a Biotic Emitter up to use if they would like to contest this here, because it does look like TRSG is looking to try and stall this out. But they're going to grab that, and now they're going to walk away. 3 items on the side of Essence Gaming right now. 2 turrets and a Biotic Emitter. Next objective spawning in mid. Something they might want to look to do here is now open up that mid fort. Take down that healing fountain on the side of TRSG so they don't have that to fall back to during the next objective. TRSG also might just be looking to try and force some items out of members here. Blessed Shield coming out, connecting onto the Lunar. She uses her Leaping Strike and she avoids the Li Ming damage coming out. And another tactic you can go with when you're down all these items going into next objective is try to force something to get them to drop the items, and once they've dropped those items, just back off. I mean, unless obviously you have some picks easily lined up, but you're all getting cocooned there. And look at the Deathwing managing to take out the top keep, and I have to say Essence Gaming doing a real good job with this 4v5. They managed to get the pick onto Li Ming here. Lunara backing up to safety now. She was looking like she was getting in a dangerous situation. They get the kill onto Joanna as well. I guess all these items is basically like having a 5th member in their team fight, because that's the way it seems to be working out for the side of Essence Gaming winning that 4v5. I have to say, like, kudos to them. Good job. Deathwing did manage to take down that top keep as well. Like, there's a big rotation coming out from Essence Gaming. I'm wondering if they're trying to go for the core call here. We had about 45-second, 50-second death timers on the members of TRSG, so they might be able to end here if they really go for it right now. Maybe get a pick or two and stagger deaths. Essence Gaming is going for that core call. Cataclysm coming out from the Deathwing. Cocoon on the Rainer. Not much he can do. We have the Fear landing onto him as well, followed by the Light Bomb coming out. And he's just kind of getting stuck here in the backline, and the core's falling. And that's going to be game number 1, going over to the side of Essence Gaming. I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with both of these teams' macro play. Their camp taking was great. I mean, I did say there's a couple times where they could have waited a bit to take camp so that they were pressuring during objective, but it ended up working out all right for them anyway. And that last team fight, Essence Gaming, good job. Winning that team fight 4v5 into Team Rainbow Strike Go, not even favored in numbers, but just being able to use those items and remembering to drop those and working together there to make sure you picked off the targets that needed to be killed there. So well done. I also really like the core call coming out there. Let's take a look at the talents really quick too. No, the core call coming out there was really, really good. I mean, typically in these lower divisions, it's quite often you can see teams get enough picks to do a core call, but choose instead to grab forts or camps or go for objective. And not Essence Gaming. They were just like, let's do this. We're going straight core. They did the rotation right to top and push core. And I was actually surprised, but like in a really good way. So good job, Essence Gaming. The lesson with the time camp versus protector equal fort damage is a good one. Yeah, absolutely. So we're just waiting to see here what map we're going to be going to next. Since TRSG did lose game number 1, they're going to be given the option of first pick or map pick. And in the meantime, just give me a second. I'm going to update scores. And map selections here. So that map was picked by Essence Gaming. So I figure they have some idea of what they want to do when they choose these maps. I think they did a really fantastic job here. Both teams, really. I just things I really like seeing out of these divisions is realizing that you can't contest an objective and going to grab value somewhere else. And we saw Essence Gaming doing that when they lost their objective. They decided to go pick up a biotic emitter and a siege camp so that when TRSG won the objective and pushed him bottom, they were still getting value and keep damage in the top lane from the camp they took. Alright, it seems like they're still going to be sorting out first pick and map picks right now. I don't see a lobby up yet, but let's take a look at these map selections once again. Just kind of get an idea of how we got where we are here. So again, that first game map pick was by Essence Gaming. They decided to bring us to Volskaya. They also banned out Battlefield of Eternity and Tomb of the Spider Queen, so we won't be seeing those maps tonight. On the side of TRSG, they got that first pick in game number 1. Not because they won the coin toss, but because Essence Gaming decided to go with map pick instead of first pick. And they ended up banning out Infernal Shrines and Towers of Doom. So again, won't be seeing those maps. TRSG got a little too hungry. Didn't even notice they were 4v5. Yeah. Yeah, no, it was wild. I mean, I could see the Deathwing pushing in on the top keep. And I guess just having all those items, because they had 2 turrets and a biotic emitter to drop down in that team fight, was enough to make the 4v5, you know, not so favored for TRSG, I guess. Sometimes if you can do it, it's good to just try and force a fight when they have all those items and get them to drop those items before objective. But back out, you know? Like, don't commit too hard, because again, you don't want to fight in those items. That's the whole point of trying to force them to drop it. But it's definitely a tricky thing to execute, because you don't want to engage too hard and get caught now fighting in all those items when you just really wanted to force them to drop it, so they don't have it for the fight next fight at objective. Spiders is your favorite? Yeah, that one banned out, unfortunately. Hanamura's still up, which is an interesting one. Usually, a lot of teams that I've casted so far like to ban out Hanamura. Had one team go there first map, but usually avoided for the most part. So you had Dragonshire up as an option, Cursed Hollow, Braxis. That's another one that gets banned out pretty often too. Alterac Pass. And then we already saw them play on Volskaya, obviously. I think Essence also had a bigger level 20 power spike with Tass and a noob. Yeah, noob having resets at level 20 definitely feels like he finally comes online at level 20. Me too. Sometimes it's just hard to get through a Deathwing. All right, we do have the lobby up. All right, let's see here. We are getting into game number 2 in just a moment, and I'm excited. I was just talking about how I usually see this map banned out. We are going to be going to Hanamura. This map picked up by Essence Gaming, meaning that TRSG has decided to go with the first pick option. Permaban? Yeah, not in the map pool right now, unfortunately. Hey now. That's not very nice to say. I think the Deathwing did fine. I think all the players did fine. Unless you're the Deathwing and you're just memeing. In that case, ha ha ha. I think it was the Duke that played the Deathwing, though. So maybe one of your friends, because you're laughing in chat, but, like, I don't like trashing players. I'm just going to let them know that I'm ready whenever they are. We're friends? Okay. Alright, we do have the readies coming out here, so we should be getting into game number 2 momentarily.
Traveling to Hanamura.
I'm wondering if we're going to see a Deathwing ban now. I know he's just one of those heroes that's kind of annoying to play against. I personally just like to get rid of him once I know someone has a Deathwing player. But who knows, maybe they didn't think it was too much of a threat. Could definitely see maybe like a Lunara ban coming out as well. She had some real nice plays with her leaping strikes and times where she used the unstoppable on her leaping strike to save her that she would have been deleted easily by a Ming combo. Still opting for that Orphea ban here. Someone must really play a killer Orphea on the side of Essence Gaming. And the Kael'thas ban once again. So these are the same bans we saw going into game number 1. Turrets be strong. Yeah, yeah. And there we go. We see that Lunara ban coming out from TRSG. Can't say I blame them there. Lunara definitely doing some dodging and she was pulling off some slippery plays in that last game. So I don't blame them for banning that here. Huh. Variant ban on the side of Essence Gaming is really interesting. And I'll tell you why. Typically, Hanamura, you know, getting those sentinel camps and turret camps and vision camps in the early game can kind of really set you up for how the rest of the game goes. And Varian doesn't come online till level 4, so when you have a Varian on your team, it makes you very vulnerable to camp invades. So it's not a ban I typically would see on Hanamura. Since camps come up at level 1 and he's not going to be level 4 and kind of be an actual tank or hero for his team yet, having a Variant on your team is not the best idea on Hanamura. So it's interesting that they're banning it. The Li Ming getting picked up this side on the side of Essence Gaming and the Deckard. So last game we saw Li Ming and Deckard picked up by TRSG. So it just looks like Essence Gaming is deciding to maybe do some target banning, but also do some target picking and taking away some heroes from TRSG.
Rise again.
I'm here to help.
All right. I like these pickups. I think Jaden's pretty solid. Greymane, great for taking camps on this map. And just a pretty solid hero in general, I think. Yeah, we'll say this is another map with turrets. You guys are talking about Sylvanas. I don't know if any of these players play a Sylvanas, but again, she's one of my most played. I like taking her on maps that have these turrets to buff with Merc Queen. Still need a tank on the side of Essence Gaming. That ETC is up. They banned that out last time. They might look to get rid of that again. And that's exactly what they're going with.
fighting for.
Need a light?
Now this is a juicy front line, bringing the fire and ice. We have Blaze and May getting picked up on the side of Essence Gaming. I wonder if this Blaze is gonna go combustion. Just thinking like a nice stay a while and listen with combustion on top of everyone and Ming combos to pop off.
Grant us strength.
Could be kind of cool. Although now that they got that Melthiel, having a bunker to jump into if you have last rites on your head might be a better idea. Just looking for one more DPS pickup here. Last game, Gerger picking up the Lunara, but that's banned out this time, so I'm wondering what they'll go for now.
Anytime you're ready.
And it's gonna be the Rainer. You know, I don't mind the Rainer pick here either. If you take Ace in the hole at 1, May's gonna have a lot of slows and stuff to kind of pair with that. Blaze even too, as well as Deckard. And some roots. I like it. Now, maybe on the side of TRSG, Melthiel might be a comfort pick. I'm not too sure. I know that he was banned out in game number 1, and you guys were telling me that it was a target ban. The only thing I do worry about here is not having an offlaner that is really like what I would consider to be more of a true bruiser, being able to actually stand in the front line and have a nice health pool to kind of be a front line for your tank and zone might hurt them a little bit, as Melthiel is a bit squishier. Probably one of the squishiest bruisers. But he might come in handy with the juicy front line on the side of Essence Gaming. All right, here we are, game number 2 of this best of 3 series between Team Rainbow Strike Go and Essence Gaming. We have TRSG on the left-hand side with Robert on the Jaina, Styx playing Greymane, Panda on the Malfurion, Silver on Joanna, and Kingle on the Melthiel. And on the right-hand side, Essence Gaming with Gerger on the Rainer, Adrian on the Deckard, Duke playing May, Keeks on the Li Ming, and on the Blaze, we have Ailish. I just realized, too, they've kind of swapped some roles around. The Duke last game was the Deathwing, and Ailish was playing the Anubarak, so they've now swapped tank roles here. Blizzard coming out from the mage, trying to help clear that wave up. Blizzard from the Jaina as well. Rainer taking a bit of poke damage, but Decker's already set up potions everywhere, so anything that TRSG is kind of dropping on them is healed up pretty quickly here. 3 seconds and camps are coming up, so we'll have to see how they're going to play the early camp game. Does look like TRSG going straight for this Sentinel camp here. Joanna is sitting over, positioning on the vision just to make sure she has eyes of what's going on in case they go for the invade. And we missed a kill top. Melthiel just kind of ruining the Blaze's day up top, manages to get a kill. He's full health still. Forces Rainer to go up and kind of contest him in the lane so that they don't miss soak there. Again, that Sentinel picked up by TRSG, and that's going to be pushing in. They're not pushing in with it, though, necessarily. 3 members have gone up top to get the turret camp and also grab vision, so they're going just for, like, XP off camps as much as possible. Essence Gaming falling a little bit behind on XP already, as they haven't done any of their camps yet. Blaze now in the bottom lane. Looks like they're going to do a switch up have Melthiel face up against the Raynor in the top lane, potentially let Blaze soak. Look at the invade coming out from TRSG. Going onto that turret camp. The entire team already here. Raynor's still sitting top, a little bit risky. May's getting quite low. Melthiel getting some damage out onto her as well. May doing what she can to poke them down, but they are here for it. Raynor's starting to rotate down. Oh my goodness, Malfurion getting poked down by the Li Ming. She's trying to step up and get some damage onto him, secure the kill, and get some resets. Not quite working out, but they do manage to pull a turret from TRSG and pick up their own turret. So they didn't end up giving that over. Sentinel camp still up, and they're going to rotate and grab that right now. Well, objective spawns in about 5 seconds here. We did have Raynor picking up Ace in the Hole at level 1, which is kind of what we expected to see paired with the Mei Deckard. TRSG already getting a nice push in on this objective. This is a good play by them because it means that they're going to have this in the lane and they're going to be able to clear the Sentinel camp that Essence Gaming just took here. Joanna just kind of sitting right on the edge of objective, making sure that it can't be moved for a second while the rest of their team clearing up the Sentinel camp. Essence Gaming getting a little bit of damage onto that top fort wall here. Sieging in a little bit. Trying to get some value out of their Sentinel. Love to see it. I have to say, Deckard is doing a great job with his heals. I feel like every time somebody is maybe in the danger zone of getting picked off, there's just a ton of potions around for them to pick up. Joanna stalling out this objective while the rest of TRSG is picking up that Sentinel camp. And now Essence Gaming looking to grab the Vision camp as well, but they're not going to get it for free here. Joanna stepping forward onto the point. They're doing what they can, and it's just a fight over this Vision camp now. Lots of damage going out between the two teams. Deckard, Root coming through, landing onto the Joanna. She's now blinded, getting chased down by the Mei, and down she falls. Malthiel getting a little dangerous health zone too. He goes down, but takes the Mei with him. Saw that Sentinel camp pushing bottom from TRSG. But it seems like TRSG not wanting to stick around on that objective for now. Blaze is going to be able to push that in. They're probably going to pick up the turret camp that just came up over here as well if they want to while their team spawns in. No, instead they're going to objective and they're going to just start pushing that in. Turret camp's up for both teams here if they want to grab those for next fight. Essence Gaming going ahead and grabbing theirs. Both teams pretty much equal on XP now as well. Grab the turret. Looking for Malthiel here. Not gonna work out though. Don't forget that objective being pushed in top right now by TRSG. Not really anyone up there to contest that. Mei trying to stall it out without getting in too much danger here. And the rest of the teams arrived. We'll have to see what they do. They do have vision on Melthiel in the bottom camp, so they could try to force something really fast while they're up a player here. They're gonna grab the vision camp. TRSG not really close enough to try and contest that, instead opting to go for their turret camp. Sentinel camp back up on the side of Essence Gaming if they would like to try to do that. Essence Gaming now just slightly ahead on XP, so if they wanted to just back off, get their Sentinel camp, and look for level 10 first, that might be in their best interest here. They do need to be careful of the invade if they do decide to do that though, as TRSG is very close by. Joanna has been keeping tabs and vision of what's going on. But rest of TRSG not close enough to help her with this invade if she went for it. So they're just going to push in that objective. Essence Gaming now rotating to try and stall this out. They have that Sentinel camp to kind of push in top once again, and they're all going to be up here to do the siege. In goes the Blaze and the Mei, stalling that out. Level 10's now picked up here for both teams. We do see the combustion being picked up by Blaze. It's not going to be bunker, so they do need to be careful because Malthael has talented into last rites, so not an easy save with the bunker being off the table. Stay a while and listen coming out, landing on 3 members of TRSG. And now Malthael in the back line, and down goes the Lunara with the last rites. Malthael's still in there, trying to do what he can. He's just doing a really good job of sustaining himself through this fight. Now with all the burst damage on the side of Essence Gaming going down, but he does end up falling, but not for free. Blaze goes down as well, and that's going to be a 2-for-1 in favor of TRSG. They're now looking to push in this objective top. Mei popping her trait here. Gonna go unstoppable for a second, get some health up. Essence Gaming not wanting to give this away for free here. Just another couple things that we saw talented into in level 10s. Greymane taking Cursed Bullet. Jaina opting for the Water Elemental. And we also have the Twilight Dream coming out from the Malfurion. On the side of Essence Gaming, we have Snowball that we need to watch out for. As well as Rainer's Raider being picked up instead of the Hyperion here. Look to pick up this vision camp here. Rainer looking to try and get some damage onto Malthael. Little 1v1 going on here. Needs to be careful because out goes a Blessed Shield. Not afraid to pop a Blessed Shield onto a solo target. And another stack onto last rites for the Malthael. Down goes the Rainer. The rest of Essence Gaming managing to pick up that turret camp in the meantime. And TRSG now looking to pick up their turret camp in the top. Just as a reminder, this is still first objective. Nobody's pushed in one of these camps yet. They both just keep stalling it out. Essence Gaming cleaning out that bottom Sentinel camp before rotating up. It kind of dies off as they are leaving here. And again, they're ready to stall this out. So much dive. Oh, we have the Snowball connecting onto the Malfurion. He's now in the back line, but remember, he has Twilight Dream to silence. He tries to pop that off, but the Stay a While and Listen comes out. And he's going to go down, not for free. Mei dies in the back line. Water Ellie is out and just kind of hitting for free here. There we go. We have Essence Gaming deciding to get rid of that. Joanna getting quite low. Li Ming trying to step forward to get some resets here. Almost finds them, but doesn't quite work out for her. Another last rites coming out for the Malthael. This time, she's able to survive. Hits that Decker Potion. Is going to walk back into this fight. Maybe look to poke some damage out where she can from safety. Sentinel up and available on the side of Essence Gaming if they want to try and grab that now that they push the objective a little bit further in. It does look like there's a rotation from Rainer. They've started up that Sentinel camp. The rest of the team just kind of faking that they're pushing an objective to stall it out a little bit and create some space for them to grab this camp here. Oh, Blessed Shield goes out. Doesn't quite connect onto anyone there, so that's going to be down for the next 60 seconds. And Essence Gaming back and ready to fight after grabbing their Sentinel camp. A little bit of a split fight going on here. We have a couple members on the Greymane down here looking to try and run away. Here comes the Malthael getting some damage out onto the Mei. Greymane able to escape, and now they're pushing in objective. Keep in mind they have that Sentinel camp pushing top. So that's going to have to be dealt with by TRSG. They can choose to contest, but if they do so, they're going to end up losing top fort most likely. Combustion coming out, Stay a While coming out as well. Joanna getting quite chunked. We had the Water Elementing was pop, but it's gone now. Last rites getting another pick onto the Blaze. Snowball used as a disengage from the Malthael here, and that's a 1-for-0 in favor of TRSG. They can now look to try and push this objective in. They need to clear out top, and their Sentinel camp is up as well, so there's a lot of things they need to take care of on this map. Camp was done on the side of Essence Gaming, walking away there for a second, forgetting to grab the actual turret itself. They are looking to push in this objective now, and the Sentinel camp is pushing from TRSG in the bottom lane that they'll need to clear up soon. That Blessed Shield just followed up by the Greymane burst, and Rainer was there 1 second, gone the next. They managed to get the pick onto him. It's now a 4v5 down, or a 4v4 down here. as Malthael is clearing up top and getting the top vision camp. Stay a while and listen coming out, connects onto the Grey Mane, but do they have the damage to try and do anything with that? It doesn't look like they're going to be able to. Grey Mane's just going to walk away. But they do clear out the Sentinel and manage to save their fort. I love how long this first objective has gone on for. Both teams are just never letting the other push it in. They've come so close to securing it, but it's just not happening. Malthael in there getting some damage onto the Mei. She's going to be able to slide out of there. We do have a flank from the Raynor and Blaze here. Need to be a bit careful because if their team gets too split, it might be danger zone for them. Level 16s are online on the side of TRSG as well, so they need to be a little bit careful. Essence Gaming needs to be a bit careful about whether they want to take these fights or not, being down a talent tier. Snowball Cannon coming out, connecting onto the Joanna. Malfurion pops his Twilight Dream, and now Blaze is in the back line. Focused is Greymane here from the Blaze and Li Ming. He is going to fall. Meanwhile, Mei getting chased down by the Malthael. Raynor by her side. Last Rites goes out onto the Raynor. He gets picked off here, and now the chase is on for Mei as well. So a 2-for-1 in favor of Team Rainbow Strike Go, and maybe now they can finally push in this first objective. Maybe. Joe's gonna walk that in, and Jaina and Malfurion picking up the turret camp here. They do have their Sentinel camp up and available if they want to grab that. And turret camp is up on the side of Essence Gaming as well. Malthael already sitting at 4 stacks on his last raid if he wants to talent into the level 20 upgrade. He might be able to get that last stack to have the quest done for it. Jaina, her baseline quest, only 9,300 damage of that completed, so doesn't quite have her ice block up yet. No focus on the Malthael. Yeah, these team fights a lot of the time, they end up being really split because Malthael is kind of chasing out some members of Essence Gaming and the rest are looking at other targets. Oh, Malthael. This Malthael is just ruining everyone's day here. He got the pick onto... Oh, he got the pick onto the Raynor top. And now we just see Blaze getting absolutely destroyed, deleted, gone off the map, followed by the Deckard. Greymane looking for more here. They are going to get this fort. Three members down right now, so they might siege this for a little bit longer until the death timers are back up. They need to be a little bit careful though, because if Ming pops off with a kill onto the Greymane, it could get a little dangerous. Instead, they're going to send Jaina into the fort wall. She is going to get the reset, and here comes another reset. Just like I said, they need to be careful because Ming could pop off here, and that's what she does. Gets 2 kills onto Team Rainbow Strike Go, and now they're on the go, getting out of there. Their Sentinel camp not up for another minute, so they're just kind of have to chill and look to soak where they can. Level 20s are much closer for TRSG than they are for Essence Gaming, but there's an opportunity here for Essence Gaming to kind of start the camp ring around the rosy. Turret camp on the side of TRSG is up in 18 seconds, so they could look to grab this. And they are picking up what vision camps they have, so they might be able to look to try and close some of that XP lead that TRSG has. But I don't know that they'll be able to close a full level with this pick. Here's the turret camp spawning in here. Ailish sees that's coming up, is starting that right away. Rest of the team here to back them up. They could get a flank right now onto TRSG. That would be ideal. They're kind of sitting here, 2 members still dead for a few seconds, and level 20's not yet hit. I would have loved to have seen that there. Instead, I think they're going to look to try and get level 20s instead and play it a little bit slower. Their turret camp is up now as well, so they'll have a couple turrets going into the next fight. The Sentinel camp coming up on the side of TRSG right now as well.
Escort the payload.
So Essence Gaming needs to find that level 20, also clear out the bottom lane so their bottom keep isn't being threatened by the Sentinel here. And just watch how extended they are in this lane, because TRSG is going to want to look for this fight pre-20. In comes the Joanna. She's already popped her trait, so that Unstoppable is down. Greymane deciding to push in the objective. It is kind of going right towards where they'll want to be sieging, looking to pick a fight with Essence Gaming. And Essence Gaming knows what's up. They're sitting safely behind their gates. They don't want to step out too far. They're waiting for that level 20 to come to them. Blaze going in, landing the combustion. Malthael pops the Unstoppable. Is just kind of trying to juke and jive the Li Ming abilities, and we're going to see the front line of Essence Gaming falling here. Getting picked off by the Jaina and Malthael. Down goes the Blaze and Mei. So we are at level 20s now. Malthael chose a talent into No One Can Stop Death. So he has that activatable respawn right away talent, if you'd like to use that. He did finish out enough stacks to go the upgraded last rites, but opted not to. Joanna talenting into Indestructible, so she has that level 20. She has the shield that will proc if she takes lethal damage. Upgraded Water Elemental is pretty standard. We do have the upgraded Stay a While and Listen coming out from Deckard as well, not the bigger potion. So if he manages to land a pretty decent Stay a While and Listen, everyone's going to be silenced for a few seconds after that, which might help them be able to turn some fights here. A silenced Malthael, it hurts, man. Raynor not with his team here, so this is going to be a 5v4 if they go for this fight momentarily. He is looping around now, trying to find the fight, and all the damage is being poured out onto the Blaze once again. Silence, though, coming out, and that's going to pick off the Greymane. Down goes the Malfurion as well. So far, Essence Gaming coming out a little bit ahead here, but that Malthael once again just wreaking havoc on the back line. He is in there to win. Not afraid at all. I mean, he did go that level 20, so if he dies, he can just respawn in again. So maybe not too worried about that. And there he goes. He's going to use that, and he's back in the game. Keep in mind, that's going to be on cooldown now, and you do take a higher death timer for talenting into that. So if he dies again, a little bit of staggered deaths going on the side of TRSG. Essence Gaming going for the rotation now onto that Sentinel camp. With 2 members down on the side of TRSG, that's going to go uncontested. Free Sentinel camp for them. Now just doing the, what I like to call the bring around the camps on Hanamura. You win a team fight and you just start going around grabbing all the camps, and next time the next team fight's ready to go, you're going to be up a couple turrets and lots of lane pressures from the Sentinels. But they need to remember that they're also down a keep in their top lane, so that is going to have to be constantly cleared up. And then they could also maybe look to try and grab top keep next time instead of going for all of the camps, just so they have those Katas kind of countered in the top lane. Sentinel camp now up on the side of Essence Gaming. TRSG sitting around, keeping vision of it, see what's going on.
Escort the payload.
It's kind of just like a game of chicken to see who's going to engage first. There's talents for those of you that want to see them in chat. Looks like Essence Gaming really wants this fight to happen where all of these potions have been set up. They're kind of waiting for TRSG to step into this. They have the setup here. They're just looking to be patient. They have a turret to drop. And now the fight's going to begin. Mei stepping forward and then sliding out of the back line. We do have some damage hitting that Sentinel camp, so that's going to be kind of a little bit of an annoyance here. Malthael getting focused down, though. The Rainer's Raider chasing him down. Li Ming trying to get some damage out to him with Disintegrate. Silence coming out from the Malfurion. Mei getting a little bit low here. She does manage to pop her Unstoppable, though, after the Silence falls off. And now there's the Ellie chasing her down in the back line. Not much health left on that, so that should fall in just a second. And that's going to be a 1-for-0 in favor of Essence Gaming right now. They can look to grab these camps. They can look to push in objective. Maybe even, I mean, if you grab Sentinel camp here, that's going to push in while you push in the objective. So I don't think that's a bad call. They did do that turret camp. Nobody picked it up. Rainer's going back to grab that now. They're going for the invade over here, but not fast enough. TRSG managing to get out their Sentinel camp before Essence Gaming can do the invade. There is a turret camp still up over on the side of TRSG. So they're going to grab that as well. Blaze is going to have to clear out bottom lane. So really, unfortunately, even though they won that team fight, not very much value grabbed on the map anywhere for them. But here comes another team fight. Malthael getting quite low. Stay a while and listen coming out. We have the snowball coming out to disengage. Jaina getting a little bit caught out of position. Li Ming looking to try and pick her up. She picks up the ice block, but it doesn't matter. She avoids some damage, but the follow-up just was there, and down goes the Jaina. Joe's level 20 being procced here, trying to survive with that shield. She's popped her Unstoppable, looking to run away, but she knows she's going down, so she's going to distract as much as possible. 2 members down on the side of Essence Gaming. Unfortunately, they have that Sentinel to go clear off their core, and some Catus as well to clear off their core. They do have a Sentinel pushing top that they could choose to siege in with right now. So maybe if they wanted to, they could have just sent 4 top, 1 back to defend. Try to find some more picks. At least get a keep and open up some structures here. But again, it looks like even though we're at level 20s, they're just doing the ring around the camp thing. Picking up what camps they can while as TRSG is dead. Alright, I think we can expect Essence Gaming to walk this one in. May want to start to do a bit of siege damage onto this fort so that some of the objective will hit, you know, better value things than just the wall. This is a level 20 objective, so it definitely hits a lot harder. We're going to see the bottom fort fall and some damage going out onto the keep wall with this objective. They're now just looking to set up for the defense as TRSG has been pushing in top lane the entire time. Turret camp up on the side of Essence Gaming. TRSG has that Sentinel up. I'm curious to see if they're going to decide to do the invade this time. They do have that turret already and now a second turret, but I don't think they're going to have enough time to go over for the invade. Greymane just chunks his camp so fast with the help of Jaina, Blizzard, and everything. No time to invade here. And they're going to have to back up and clear their core as well. They have a Sentinel up that they could do. It just feels like Essence Gaming is having a real hard time trying to push out their lanes and get value after they're getting these kills in team fights. There a handful of times now they've won these team fights past level 20, but they just had to turn around and clean up lanes and couldn't get value out of winning them. They are setting up, waiting for the defense once again. Deckard throwing out a ton of potions. They have 2 turrets as well. TRSG needs to be careful. Last match, they took a fight into Essence Gaming while they were up a lot of items and ended up losing the game for it. You'd hate to see it here again. 1 turret was dropped, and that was cleared up pretty fast. And TRSG now looking to retreat. They do have that Sentinel pushing top that's going to need to be cleared out Greymane already back to deal with that. Turret camp now up. I would just like to see Essence Gaming being a little bit more aggressive on these rotations and trying to catch them at camps. Especially when you can see vision of someone clearing like a sentinel camp in the top and you know that they're probably on the turret. At least go get vision of it and check out what's going on. Try to get it engaged up a number. They're already winning these team fights past level 20. But they're still playing like they're afraid. Sentinel camp is coming up in 30 seconds on the side of TRSG. They're going to try and bait something out here, leaving Raynor in the lane, but unfortunately Joanna throws out the blind, kind of discovers they're sitting in the bushes here, looking to try and get something on the rotation. Camp up now in 10 seconds. And we might see a fight over this one. Melthiel sitting in the bush here. Blaze has figured him out. The turret is dropped. And Blaze is just melting. Just absolutely melts in these fights. Melthiel now in the backline silent, so he's not going to be able to sustain. Li Ming getting a reset here. Ellie is kind of just free hitting, but they're chunking that down now as well. So 1 for 1, unfortunately, Melthiel has that level 20 upgrade, so he's going to be able to respawn in right away, back up to help his team, but not Blaze. Blaze has that nice long death timer now. Snowball cannon coming out from the Mei, separating the Melthiel from the team. So 4v4 right here if they can manage it, but Melthiel's on his way back.
Red team's core is under attack.
And they have to worry about Katas now. Again, top lane pushed back in. Kata's on core. They are trying to back here. A couple members just walking to the top to clear it out. Taking a little bit of core damage. Joanna started up this Sentinel camp. They're still down Blaze. I can't help but feel that Blaze taking bunker here would totally turn how some of these fights have been going on. So many kills with the last rites here. Look, he's sitting at 8 stacks of last rites. Taking a bunker potentially could have been 8 lives saved. Again, Blaze just getting absolutely shredded in this fight here. Not for free. They do manage to get the pick onto Jaina, but now Sentinel is on the core. Raynor trying to clear that up and the objective hitting it, and this is going to be game going over to Team Rainbow Strike Go. We are going to a game number 3. All right, let's take a look at these stats here. I'm just going to grab myself a drink, give my voice a little bit of a break. What a long game. I just realized this was a 30-minute game on Hanamura. Usually Hanamura, what I tend to see happen here is, you know, one team gets the upper hand and just starts getting all the camps, getting all of the lane pressure, getting all the objectives, and it makes it really hard for the other team to come back. But both these teams just kind of on even XP the entire time. Look at that Melthiel XP. Yeah, 27k there. 18 to 15 in kills as well, so pretty close game. I'll let you take a look at these talents again for a moment. Yeah, I really think that if Blaze had opted to go for the bunker there, he would have been able to save himself and his teammates a few times in these fights. There was so many fights towards the end where you would see some kind of CC land onto the Blaze, follow up by the Curse Bullet, and he was just getting absolutely destroyed And if he had popped a bunker there, he would have lived, and his teammates could have lived through those last rites. And it's just like one of those super easy counters to a Malthael is a bunker. All right, let's go back and take a look at where we are. Scores now updated. Okay, if you're just joining us, here's a rundown of what's happened so far. We had Essence Gaming winning that coin toss earlier tonight and choosing to go with the map pick option instead of first pick. First pick getting to be TRSGs. For map bans, Infernal Shrines and Towers of Doom being taken away by TSRG. BOE, Tomb of the Spider Queen by Essence Gaming. Game number 1, we were brought to Volskaya Foundry, picked by Essence Gaming, and won by Essence Gaming. Game number 2, we went to Hanamura. That one also picked by Essence Gaming, but TRSG managed to pull the dub there. We yet to know what we're going to for game number 3. But we're just waiting for lobbies to be formed, and I will let you guys know. Does everyone know Team Rainbow Strike Go? I don't know. I do have to say, though, knowing that this was like the Div C West game to keep an eye on this week, I can't say that I'm disappointed. Both of these teams seem pretty evenly matched here. Like, I can't call one way or another if I think that this is going to go over to TRSG or Essence Gaming, and I think that makes it really exciting. Oh, okay. I just realized I have a message from the captain of TRSG that they're doing a 5-minute bio break. So I am also going to go use the bathroom really quickly, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Looks like we have a lobby up. All right. We are getting into game number 3 here. Whoop. Are we reforming? Might be reforming. I don't know. I'm not sure which map we're playing on. I was invited to a lobby, but it looks like it might have been the wrong map because everyone just bailed. So give it another second here and see what's going on. And then I will let you guys know and we can take a look again at map selections. Okay. It looks like things are sorted now. We are going to be going to Dragonshire for game number 3. I'm not sure who picked this one, so give me a second and I can find out. I didn't even notice she was sitting there behind me. Still just waiting to figure out which team chose this map. TRSG. Okay, cool. Let's just pop over here, take a look at what's going on, get you guys caught up if you are just tuning in. Game number 1 on Volskaya Foundry, picked by Essence, won by Essence. Game number 2 went to Hanamura, picked by Essence, won by TRSG. Game number 3, Essence Gaming going with that first pick option. Team Rainbow Strike Go bringing us to Dragonshire. I'm going to let them know that we're ready. And we can get into this game number 3 here. Pupper's name is Callie. Can try and see if she'll come say hi, but she looks pretty comfy on the couch right now. She's like, no, I'm good. This is comfy. She looks like a toy. She doesn't even look like a real dog right now. Come here. There we go. Hi. Stay. All right. Oh, she's gonna go right back up on the couch. We're just waiting for the readies here. All right. Here we go. Game number 3. In just a moment here. We are heading to Dragonshire.
Dragonshire.
Now the real stream starts. She's actually a mix of Shih Tzu, Chihuahua, and Poodle. She actually just went straight back to curl up on the couch behind there. My husband's sweater is on the couch, and she's just kind of like decided to make that her bed for tonight, I guess. I don't know. All right, Essence Gaming getting rid of that Malthael. Can't say I blame them. What a difficult Melth to deal with in game number 2 on Hanamura. Orphea banned once again, followed by the Junkrat on the side of Essence Gaming. Now, Junkrat, we haven't seen them ban Junkrat yet tonight, have we? I'm also curious to see if Essence Gaming picks up ETC here, as that has been banned every single time from them. This is the opportunity that they could grab that if they wanted to. Instead, they're going to be grabbing Joanna, which I think is also a great pickup because we know that Team Rainbow Strike Go has a competent Joanna player on their team, so it takes that away from their tank.
Our world is worth fighting for.
Silver says not to worry, I have May. They're going to grab that, as well as the Rexar being picked up. A pretty, pretty meta pick on a map like Dragonshire to have a Rexar up there. I'm really excited to see what Essence Gaming picks up to kind of counter the Rexar in the lane here. Interesting. Brightwing being picked up. We've seen them play Anduin, now Deckard, and this time going with the Brightwing. Another thing to note, Ailish back on tank. Last time they picked up the Blaze and decided to offlane for a bit, allowing the Duke to tank on the Mei. Zeratul and Arthas being banned here. I wonder if Essence Gaming is thinking of grabbing something that would be countered by Arthas, or because it wouldn't really make sense for TRSG to grab Arthas at this point. It's kind of an interesting ban. They already have a Mei and a Rexar, so they already have a solo laner and a tank. It would kind of be a little awkward for TRSG to fit an Arthas into this comp. Maybe they're looking to grab Artanis and they just don't want to risk it. Lucio and Chromie being picked up by TRSG. We're going to see right here if there's something. I mean, I guess Tassadar has to stand still a lot of the time. It would be easy routes, but I don't...
The wait is over.
My hatred is
All right, Illidan.
unending.
All right. So maybe this is why they banned the Arthas. I was like, what are they going to grab here that's maybe countered by Arthas that they really felt like they needed to take that away when TRSG already had a front line locked in? This could be fun. I mean, I am excited. I don't know. I'm really excited to see this Illidan play. Think it was a panic ban? Potentially. Oof. Okay, Chromie Alarak for the DPS on the side of TRSG. It can either work real well or it can be real bad because you are basically drafting double mage. So you're going to kind of have some blow up damage go out and then have abilities on kind of a long cooldown if these fights last for a sustained amount of time. All right, here we are. Game number 3 of this best of 3 series between Team Rainbow Strike Go and Essence Gaming. On the left, we have Team Rainbow Strike Go with Robert on the Chromie, Panda playing the Lucio, Styx on the Alarak, Kingle on the Rexar, and Silver on the Mei. And on the right-hand side, we have Essence Gaming with Sinclair on the Brightwing, Jorjor on the Illidan, Ailish playing the Joanna, Dadtuk on Cassia, and Tassadar being played by Keeks. I'm super excited that they decided to pull out an Illidan for this last game. I can't wait to see how this works out. Silence landing out onto the Tassadar here. Alarak putting a nice chunk of damage. Alarak is also kind of a fun pickup for them to grab here. As expected, we're going to see that Rexar heading into the top lane. Illidan stopping in bottom to get some soap. Getting a little bit caught out. The Brightwing tries to get the phase shift onto him, but it doesn't come in time, and he falls. First blood in favor of Team Rainbow Strike Go. Meanwhile, let's check out what's going on in the top lane. Cassia up here trying to hold her own against the Rexar. Yep. I gotta say, this might be a bit difficult for her to play this lane here. I was expecting the Illidan to be in the top lane and maybe looking at opportunities to kind of dip, dodge, and dive bear stuns and get onto the Rexar for damage. So I don't know if this is intended or if she's just covering the lane until Illidan can come up, but we'll have to see how it plays out because I think she's going to struggle quite a bit here. I mean, I will say, like, the one thing she has going for her is that a lot of Rexar's damage is from AA, and I mean, Cassia has that armor. Okay, so here we go. Illidan is coming up to take on that top lane. Cassia looking to join her teammates here. They are holding on to bottom shrine. Tassadar wall coming out, stopping Mei from backing up of the fight, but she's still healthy, manages to pop that trait, and is just kind of sitting down here, pressuring bottom, keeping them here. Both teams did pick up those giants, and they're now cleared up. We do have a rotation coming out top. Brightwing, once again, trying to get that phase shift on the Illidan. Doesn't quite work out, and he's going to fall in the top lane as a rotation from the Lucio came out to help kind of secure that kill there. And the Lucio, and the Chromie, able to pick up the Bruiser camp and help Rexar get some more pressure in this top lane. Meanwhile, down in the bottom, Essence Gaming holding on to this point fairly well here. The Lucio back to join in the fight with the help of Chromie poke as well. Tassadar are doing a good job getting some damage out onto TRSG. However, it's now a 4v3, and they're going to need to back off. Cassia is soaking the mid lane. We do see Illidan back up top, and he's starting to do that dip, dodge, and dive thing, getting on some nice damage onto the Rexar here. But now backing up to clear up this Bruiser camp as it is sieging in that fort, and is going to start to threaten well if he doesn't clean it up soon. Dragon now able to be channeled by Team Rainbow Strike Go, and they might even be able to get the pick onto Cassia here. She's a little bit overextended. Lucio looking to try in and boop her back. It doesn't quite work out, and she does manage to escape, hit the well, and is back with some nice health to keep her alive here. She needs to be careful. I know she's just trying to poke and stall out the objective, but this is still a 2v1 for her. Alarak definitely a scary hero to kind of face here. But she stalled it out long enough, and her team has managed to cap the bottom shrine, and Illidan taking the top one right now, so they could look to channel it themselves here in a moment. Unfortunately, for Essence Gaming, Team Rainbow Strike go taking back that bottom shrine almost immediately. Alarak coming now to join in on the fight, so this is a 4v4 happening here. Lots of poke damage coming out from the Tassadar, but he's going to be pulled in by the Alarak. A big chunk of damage coming out from him. He needs to be careful how he's stepping. Chromie trying to finish him off here. He's trying to hug the Brightwing for heals. Dragon up and available to be channeled by Essence Gaming, but for the bottom right now, not really a threat as they have eyes on the Illidan top as well. Tassadar doing a good job sidestepping the Chromie W, managing to survive here, and it looks like Essence Gaming just backing to get their health bars and mana refilled here. Let's take a look on what's going on with the Illidan Rexxar matchup in the top. Illidan seems to be kind of holding his own. Stun comes out. And that's pretty much all the peels Rexxar has for himself if he wanted to go a little bit more hand there. And he's holding the top shrine pretty well here. It's definitely annoyance for the Rexxar in the top lane. So this is definitely a fun matchup to watch here. Bottom lane, both camps picking up those siege camp. Level 10s being pushed for right now. TRSG going to hit that before Essence Gaming. So Essence Gaming might want to consider trying to get a fight somewhere on the map before that happens. They did rotate up to get the Bruiser camp, so now Illidan has even more pressure in the top lane to help him out there. In doing so, though, they also gave away the Bruiser camp in the bottom lane over to TRSG. So they have to clear that up, and then they can look to try and recap bottom after they get level 10s, though. I said level 10s are hit on the side of TRSG. We have Unleash the Boars from the Rexxar coming out. Sound Barrier from the Lucio. Slowing Sands from the Chromie. Snowball from the Mei. And of course, we just saw the Counter-Strike from the Alarak. Lucio having to rotate all the way up to top lane to help with the Illidan into the Rexxar matchup. We just saw Blessed Shield connect onto the Chromie, but unfortunately the rest of the team being zoned out by the Mei, they weren't able to follow up on that stun there. Illidan getting in a little bit of a sticky situation. This time Phase Shift coming in. It's going to hit in time. Illidan's going to survive, and now it's a 2v2 in the top lane. We did see Tassadar getting picked off there in the middle by the Alarak, unfortunately, when that was going on. Level 10s are up now on the side of Essence Gaming. Oh, Brightwing getting caught on her rotation. She's going to fall here. Now 2 members down on Essence Gaming.
The Dragon Knight shall reduce.
Essence Gaming talenting into Blessed Shield on the Joanna. We have the Hunt coming out from Illidan. Ball Lightning from the Cassia. Blink Heal from the Brightwing. And Archon from the Tassadar. Saw the Blessed Shield go out and didn't quite connect onto anyone. So that's going to be down for another 50 seconds here. Ball Lightning popped by Cassia just to try and zone them off. Maybe look for the pick onto the Chromie, but doesn't quite work out. Joanna getting kicked back behind behind Team Rainbow Strike Go. I think this is all they're really going to be able to get off this Dragon. Dragon's getting quite low, and now they're just kind of looking to soak lanes, keep themselves up in XP. They are falling a little bit behind on the side of Essence Gaming. They're down a level.
His strength was never yours to keep.
Siege Camp being picked up here. Chromie almost finishing out her level 1 Dragon's Breath quest. Alarak also starting to get those Sadism stacks up. It's currently sitting at 119 stacks. And we had Tassadar opt to go for the level 1 quest on his queue, and he's sitting at 90 stacks right now as well. So, you know, he's scaling. So is the Alarak, as long as he doesn't die, though. Bruiser camp right now on the side of TRSG getting picked up by the Chromie and Lucio once again. Just kind of give a little bit of support to the Rexar in top lane. Illidan needs to be careful here. It looks like there's another rotation coming out from the Lucio. This has been happening a lot to him. This time Chromie also here. We have the stun slowing Sands. He's looking to get out, but it's not going to work out. He does get picked off. It's going to make holding top lane much easier for Rexar. Blessed Shield goes out once again. Doesn't quite connect onto the members of TRSG. So again, down for another minute. Rest of the ults are up on the side of Essence Gaming, but same goes for TRSG. They have all their ults up and available. Snowball Cannon comes out, connects onto the Cassia, sends her into the towers of TRSG. She pops her ball. Lightning looking to try and get out of there. She is still healing up. Brightwing healing first. Healing her little heart out, but it's not enough. She is going to fall here. Brightwing now looking like she's going to be in trouble. Blink heal gets popped, but it's not enough to save her. 2 members down on the side of Essence Gaming. Joanna followed up shortly after. Now 3 members down on the side of Essence Gaming. And they also managed to secure that top fort. Illidan having to clear out that bruiser camp. TRSG opting to go for the bottom bruiser camp instead of setting up for the Dragon. I mean, they have the Mei and the Alarak mid. So I think they're still going to be able to get it here, and it's going to work out. So, I mean, good value for them. They're getting a camp and the Dragon at the same time off those deaths. They've also hit their level 16s now, so a bit ahead on experience and up a talent here into Essence Gaming for this defense. Or siege, I should say. Tassadar getting kicked away. Tass getting low once again. Blink heal coming out. Brightwing trying to get out of there, and the Dragon is doing all it can to kind of chunk her down and try and get the kill, but she does manage to back out. Archon is popped now. One thing I wanted to note here is level 16 Rexar did take that feigned death, so if Illidan decides to try and hunt him, he can easily pop that as a way to counter it. Chromie also opted to go for the timeout, so she as well kind of has a stasis to jump into if she is hunted by the Illidan. Siege camp being invaded by TRSG. Essence Gaming needs to be a bit careful here. They're still down that level 16 talent tier. What I would like to see from Essence Gaming is some rotations onto the solo lane of TRSG. We've seen TRSG do several rotations onto the Illidan, picking him off in this match, but we haven't really seen any members of Essence Gaming doing a rotation onto the Rexar to get picks on him in the solo lane. So that's something that they could maybe look to improve upon on a map like Dragonshire. Stun coming out. Cassio looking to try and finish off that bear. Bear's kind of running away. Ball Lightning is out, bouncing around. Unfortunately, Illidan getting caught in that back line, and he's going to fall. Snowball Cannon out from the Mei. Doesn't connect onto anyone on Essence Gaming, and Brightwing now just trying to heal everyone up and get them in a state to be able to defend these structures. Artanis just not afraid. Goes for the rotation catch there. Doesn't get a pick or anything.
It won't be long before the shrines are ready.
Mid fork going down here now on the side of Essence Gaming. We have 20 seconds until shrines are back up for Dragon. Level 16s are now up on the side of Essence Gaming, but they're down at Illidan right now. It's really tricky. They're going to need to try and find a fight pre-level 20 on Team Rainbow Strike Go.
Control both shrines.
It looks like they are walking over, trying to catch people on this bruiser camp. Didn't quite show up on time. Instead, going top, looking for a pick and to secure top shrine here. May and Chromie all the way towards the bottom part of the map. If they can find something here, this is when they need to do it. Level 20 is getting very close here on the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go. Level 20 is now picked up, so they have that talent tier advantage on the side of TRSG. This is going to be a bit of a tricky fight for Essence Gaming. There's Tassadar getting quite low, now trying to run away. Pops the Archon. Illidan in the back line. Brightwing, Joanna, and Illidan being snowballed by the May. Down goes the Illidan, down goes the Brightwing. Joanna now being the next target to turn on, trying to walk away. And she's going to fall as well. Tassadar now getting caught out of position. And 4 members down on the side of Essence Gaming. Cassie is trying to get away here. Illidan just, Lucio doing what he can to catch up and dismount her, but she has walked away. She still needs to be careful. Team Rainbow Strike Go has a nice solid 20 seconds until the entire team of Essence Gaming is up and around to defend this. Cassie needs to be a little careful here. She's the only one up. She could end up staggering deaths, making this defense a 4v5 instead of a 5v5 before a team can come in, and that's what's going to happen here. Down goes the Cassia. Rest of the teammates spawning in now. Core damage already starting 60%, 50%, and falling. This is going to be game 3. Going over to the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go. GG's, well played. What a series. All right. Actually, let's take a look at this match summary first. And I'm going to hit up the captain of TRSG and see if they'd like to do an interview. All right, we're going to get Robert in here to interview in just a moment. Just waiting on him to get in here, and we'll be interviewing the captain of Team Rainbow Strike Go. They did manage to take the series. Hello, Robert. Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm still kind of like trying to absorb just what happened because that was a freaking good series. Holy cow.
Yeah, no, I mean, super exciting series. Game number 1 and game number 2, so close, anyone's game. And then game number 3, you just show up and you decide, oh, we're done messing around, and you 16-0 it.
I mean, it might appear that way. I don't think that's what happened, though. I mean, they definitely played a really good series. I think we probably picked a few things they didn't expect, is what my guess was. I have a feeling if we were to play that back, they kind of would handle it a little bit differently, but we have that advantage on this one, so we'll see.
Yeah, I have to say that last map there, you guys had some really nice rotations, getting picks on the solo laners several times in the game, and that just wasn't happening on the side of Essence Gaming, and it kind of helped push you guys towards, you know, snowballing and getting that lead, those picks and the extra XP there. So well played there. I really like to see that.
Well, having the lead is super awesome in this game, so, for sure.
Now I saw a lot of Orphea bands coming out from your team tonight. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who it was. One of their players was an Orphea main from what I gathered. Well, either it was an Orphea main or had a handful of Orphea reps, and they had some success in the match prior. And this team was relatively new for us, so we weren't really sure how to expect. There wasn't really a lot of games logged, so hopefully I didn't ruin bans for Orpha for the rest of the season for other teams on them, but I know they got the wins on Orpha when they were allowed to play her, so we just didn't want to even mess with it. I think if they're anything good to how we maybe projected, that was going to be a really rough game anytime that got in, so didn't even want to deal.
Fair enough. We also saw ETC getting banned out a couple times tonight. Was that just a meta ban or was that a target ban? Because there was opportunities for Essence Gaming to pick up the ETC and they never did.
Yeah, again, one of those things. It was not a meta ban; it was a target ban for sure. We did have an idea of the tank roster that their captain would play, so we were just trying to figure out what we could gamble with and maybe what we can deal around. So, we did notice a couple wins because remember they only had like one game before, but they did log a win on ETC and also a nub. So we're just trying to figure out with what we had, how would that plan. So we just figured, late game ETC, Mosh would just be more devastating, and maybe we could work around the cocoon type thing. So that's kind of what our thought process was.
And my other question for you is, your team, do you have all your roles kind of locked in? Is there a player that always heals, always tanks, or are you guys all kind of flexible? How's that going?
It just kind of depends. I mean, we tend to lean towards specific roles, but we do flex around depending on the situation. So, we've even flopped roles in the past. We've gone through probably almost a full circle with everyone in every single position, essentially. So, which has played to our advantage lately, because then, we can flex into different positions. So, we'll sometimes have 2 or 3 players that can play the same character, so we can flex around if needed and maybe build around one strategy. But I don't know if that really answers your question.
No. That was a great answer.
Okay. All right. Cool.
How long have you guys been playing together then?
The most of us, like, we actually start off in Heroes Lounge. Like, I met Kingle, Barry, and a free agent team over there, and we didn't even really aware of NGS at the time, even though they were before. So that's how we started, and then the season after that, I was like, hey, I want to play with my brother, who's Silver. So he's my real life brother, and and maybe my blood brother. No, I'm just brother. He's my brother. Just leave it at that. And then I know Panda in real life, so it decided it would be fun to play. And we actually picked up Sticks. I can't remember how many seasons ago it was, but we picked him up a little bit later, and we've just been running with the same group of guys ever since. So, kind of building on. I mean, obviously, the more you play with people, and if you can keep the band together, we get better over time, right? So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes. So that's kind of how we met. Pretty cool, and super excited to be part of both leagues. And NGS has been phenomenal for sure.
Oh, good. I'm so glad you guys are having a good time here. I guess my last thing for you is, do you have any shout outs?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, first off, just shout out to you, Jazzalene, for just streaming and doing what you do. I always love watching the replays later, and it's always good to kind of see your insights and see how you go about things. So first off, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. My pleasure.
Definitely want to give a shout out to Essence Gaming. Freaking amazing good team. I don't know if this is their first season together, but I'm actually super impressed, and then kind of interested to see what they do if they actually stick together as a group of 5. Shout out to the guys. Do a lot of practice every week, and we don't get a lot of time together, but when we do, it definitely shows. So good win tonight for you guys, and just everyone that showed up, and NGS in general. Holy cow, this is an awesome league. I mean, just all the things that they do just to highlight players and make it a immersive experience is totally awesome. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And also, crazy 2020 people, be good to each other, be safe, make smart decisions, wear masks, it's a thing. So that's all I got. What about you? Any shout outs, Jazzalene?
No, just thanks for being awesome captains and letting me jump in the coin toss. It was fun to hear you guys banter in the beginning, so I appreciate it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, am I saying your name incorrectly? Is it pronounced Jazzalene now that I read
Jazzalene.
it?
Yep.
Okay, you didn't correct me. I was completely botching that. So you can call me whatever in the future. Just call me some random name. It's only fair.
No, you're fine. But once again, congrats on the win tonight. I'm excited to see where your team goes this season. I don't know if you're aware, but the show that they were doing earlier, going over like the tier list and where they think people stand in each division, this was the game that was pointed out as one to watch this week. So you guys winning this one is going to probably put you a little bit higher up on the tier list that they kind of make for each division.
Crazy.
So
Is
good
that
job.
a new thing they started, or they always have that?
You know what? I'm not sure. It's just one of the NGS shows. If you kind of drop in on their channel, you can watch
Sweet.
it. They kind of
I'll
go
find
over
it.
all the games and rate teams on a tier list. It's really interesting. But yeah, you guys were the game for C West this week, so congrats. Cool. I'm excited to see where you guys go, and I hope you have a fantastic season 10.
All right. Thanks. Appreciate it again.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. Whew. What a series. That was actually so fun. I will be back tomorrow. I'm actually going to be casting a double header for NGS if you want to check that out. I believe it's at... Let me double check real quick. I can even tell you who we're casting. Okay. Tomorrow, I will be casting Division B West, Arrogant Nephilim versus Soak Every Lane, and D West. So D West is at 7 p.m. and then B West at 9 p.m. So if you guys want to catch more casting, for sure make sure to hit that follow button and come out and support the teams playing in NGS. I will see you guys again tomorrow at 7 p.m. PT for that. In the meantime, probably going to just shut down stream and restart it to get rid of the delay and maybe play some Hearthstone or Among Us, depending on if there's people out there playing Among Us right now. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and I hope to see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. for our next NGS cast. Good night, and stick around if you want to see some more stream that's not just casting.